situation.
Are you kicking us out?
No, I am strongly suggesting that you take your business elsewhere, what little of it you have.
Welcome back to Director's Choice. Louise Belcher is one of the main characters in the American sitcom Bob's Burgers. Starting way back in 2011, when animated sitcom greats Family Guy and The Simpsons were already years into the business. But this show has managed to become a fan favorite. It has gained recognition because of its absurd sense of humor, relatable family dynamics, and lovable characters. Louise Belcher is one of such characters. She's the youngest child in the Belcher household. The Belchers owns the Bob's Burgers restaurant, where Louise occasionally works. Louise is a 9-year-old fourth grader with a penchant for mischief and manipulation. Her dark sense of humor, weird hobbies, and ability to manipulate her family to get what she wants makes her a very interesting character to follow. So without further ado, let's get straight into the breakdown of Louise's psychology.
When I was young and naive, I would have said arson, but I'm gonna go with voodoo.
I like arson.
No, seriously, Dad.
Louise is the complete opposite of your regular 9-year-old. Unlike most girls her age, Louise spends her time spreading mischief and chaos wherever she goes. She's a ruthless schemer who's usually out devising her next trick.
Oh, you caught my credit card?
Into a ninja star.
She has also proven to be way more intelligent than her older siblings, Jean and Tina. And she is sometimes seen giving advice to her siblings and even adults 3 times her age. She loves pranks and schemes and is never afraid to turn on the charm when she needs to get herself out of the tricky situation she puts herself in. Her ability to shift from maniacal to adorable when she needs to makes her one of the most fascinating and amusing characters on the show. Louise is a wild card who loves to create conflict wherever she goes. She causes a lot of problems for her family, but it's clear that she has a deep love for them. She's attached to her pink bunny ears, and it's almost impossible to see her without it. This hat adds to her cuteness factor, which she uses to earn the trust of her unsuspecting victims.
Hello.
Hello, you're on with Bob's youngest child, Louise.
It's your daughter?
Oh, they work with me at the restaurant.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Such a good father.
Oh, no.
She has always shown an attachment to her tricycle, even though she's outgrown it. Her sister Tina and her could not be more different. Tina is often referred to as shy and reserved, but Louise is loud and sometimes shouts at an eardrum-piercing pitch to make sure she's been heard. She's cunning and always seems to find a way to get herself out of work. She frequently scares potential customers away by telling them lies about the food's content or making inappropriate comments in a bid to reduce customers, so she doesn't have to work too much.
It tastes like they actually went to the dump to get this dumpling.
That's not what I said.
Despite her malicious tendencies, Louise has displayed intense loyalty to the people she cares about and is known to go to great lengths to protect and defend her loved ones. Louise is mostly antisocial and prefers to have her own space, opting to live alone in a hallway closet rather than with one of her siblings. She keeps strict boundaries, reacting badly whenever someone crosses them. She once announced that when she dies, no one should touch any of her things because she was leaving it all to her ghost. She has a good enough relationship with her siblings and the rest of her family, but she is particularly fond of her dad and prefers to be in his company. She is also close friends with Jessica. Louise is clever and manipulative, so most of her friends and family are unwittingly recruited on her mischievous adventures.
Stop talking! Start working!
Louise's pranks and schemes highlight her character, and she has done some pretty horrible things, most of which have been against her own family. On one account, she announced to her classmates that her dad's burgers were made with human flesh.
There's a rumor you make your burgers with human remains from the crematorium next door.
As expected, her classmates ran home to tell their parents, and a few parents went to inspect the situation themselves. Thankfully, the family business wasn't shut down. Although her actions may sometimes be made with no ill will in mind, they always tend to hurt people. Like the time she sawed the legs off the couch in the Belcher's living room. In her defense, the poor couch was covered in stains and begging for someone to put it out of its misery. But her actions ended up greatly upsetting her mother and the rest of her family. Linda is always trying to force a relationship with her daughter, and her desperate attempts often push Louise to react in the worst ways. There was also the Santa Claus incident. When Louise shoves a mall Santa off a massage chair, he angrily tells her that he reports directly to the real Santa. Scared of his word, the Belcher kids do everything to get back in Santa's good books, including a musical performance, which Louise termed the Nice-capades. Kids would do anything to avoid getting coal for Christmas, right? Louise's relationship with her family is a bit complicated. When they truly need her, she's always there for them, like when brother Gene got banned by a pawn shop owner. Louise decides to handle things herself by seeking revenge on her brother's behalf. But the person Louise loves the most is her father, Bob. She has been attached to him since birth, and they share a lot in common. She also becomes insanely jealous when he doesn't give her as much attention, even when that attention is going to one of her other siblings or his plants. Unlike Linda, Bob acknowledges and respects Louise's need for space and privacy. Throughout the series, their relationship continues to grow, and it is often believed that Louise is Bob's favorite kid.
You know, that might bring some people in.
Okay, I found it.
Forget voodoo, we're doing flyers.
What? Whose candy-ass idea was that?
Her relationship with her mother, on the other hand, is rocky, and the two have had a few altercations. Linda is desperate for a relationship with her daughter, and this desperation often makes her cross Louise's boundaries, which frustrates Louise and pushes her farther away. When it comes to her siblings, their relationship is like any other sibling relationship. They fight sometimes, but deep down they love each other, even though they would never admit it. I think it's safe to say Louise has no morals whatsoever. She's ruthless, vengeful, and does whatever is in her best interest. Her self-serving nature often puts her at odds with her siblings. She once cheated them out of an ambergris deal. The siblings had found a considerably large chunk of ambergris and decided to sell it and split the money amongst themselves and their friend, Mickey. Overcome by greed, Louise decides to go behind their backs and keep all the money for herself. Things don't go so well, as is expected, when a 9-year-old tries to sell a valuable item on the black market. Her morality is another way in which she greatly differs from her sister Tina. Tina is unbending in her morals and hardly ever does anything wrong. This allows her to be a bit of a voice of reason for Louise, and she often talks sense into her whenever she takes things too far.
Tina, you be Courtney. Jean, break up with her. Go ahead, you can do it.
Courtney, I think we should break up.
Oh.
Louise is a lot for a 9-year-old, but she's one of those characters that you can't help but love. Her strange humor and love for trouble stands out to anyone watching the show. For a personality like hers, you're better off on her good side than her bad. So what's your opinion of Louise? Do you think I nailed this personality evaluation? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section below. Check out this recent clip by Director's Choice, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell so you don't miss any of our videos.